So Jan, let me start with you. It's a big week for you. You run the largest semiconductor ETF, VanEck Semiconductor. SMH is the symbol. Market cap weighted index, 25 largest semiconductor companies. This week, ARM is going to be going public, likely Thursday at the NASDAQ. And the question is, sort of explain to us how this process works. So when will you be potentially a buyer of this, and what criteria is being used?
Yeah, it's an interesting story because it's a $50 billion estimated market cap company that you think would go into especially a specialized index like semiconductors, Bob. And the reality is it might not. For us and our index inclusion rules, an underlying stock has to be liquid. And it looks right now that ARM's float, public float, meaning the number of shares, the percent of shares traded on an exchange might be less than 10%. That's not liquid enough for our rules. And then some of, SLK and SMK, the other sort of sector spider ETFs, it has to be part of the S&P. I mean, that could take years.
That could take a while.
Right?
This 10% rule is a little disconcerting because you'd be a natural buyer here, and if it prevents you from doing that, I think it's going to 9.5% is what it is right now, the float that they're talking about.
Yeah.
You'd think that they would know that. That would be kind of important.
They should figure this out because
Yeah.
they want.
Maybe SoftBank should get the memo on this, or
they want passive buyers, right? That's definitely part of any investment banker's job these days.
Yeah. How do you feel about the IPO market these days? I mean, this is a big tech IPO. We've been waiting for 2 years for something to happen.
We want IPOs. We want M&A. I don't know if the M&A is going to come in this administration or not, but we want that for the capital markets.
It's amazing how big these semiconductor companies. I mean, Nvidia is over $1 trillion. I mean, I think we're talking about ARM at 50 billion or so. That would put it on a level with Marvel Technology. Marvel was about 2% of the value of your index.
And one way to jump into the index right away would be to be in the top 10. You have to be $90 billion market cap semiconductor company to be in the top 10. Yeah. That's a lot.
Yeah. So we're desperate for a hit at this point, right? This would be the biggest IPO since Rivian in 2021. Midpoint evaluation of 50 billion. So, that's below what SoftBank was looking for, but the IPO community needs some kind of hit here.
Yeah.
I think. So I don't know how likely that is going to happen. They're pricing it below what they were talking about last time. And look what's happened to Instacart. That's pricing below the range, too. Or looking like it's pricing below valuations recently.
Storms to go.
Yeah, it's a tough situation right now here.